Hello! I am going to start doing a weekly check-in where I sort of go over what I have done in the past week, my achievements, my challenges, and things I am grateful for. And I am partly doing this so that I can keep you guys in the loop, so that I have something to somewhat consistently upload, and mainly doing it because I find it very difficult to track my own progress. There are things that are obvious, like 3 months ago I was not eating food, and now in a few minutes I'm gonna go eat lunch, and that is huge, and I am, like, I don't have words for how proud I am of myself and how grateful I am to be doing this. But then there are smaller things that, I can't even list right now because being the person who is making the progress, I can't identify them. My loved ones, my friends, my family can be like, oh, this is a new thing that you're doing that you weren't doing before, and this is a thing that you're making progress on, and that's great. And I'm like, oh, cool, I didn't notice that. So I hope that if I do these little videos at the end of each week or beginning of each week, that I will be able to look back on them myself and say, oh, this is something that I'm doing now that I wasn't doing then, or something that I am making progress in, or something that I need to work on. So I am hoping to keep each video to like 2 minutes maybe, I don't know. This one is a bit longer because of this explanation at the beginning, but I'm just going to go straight into it. So my achievements for this week. I am getting much better at scheduling and budgeting my energy. That is something that I am struggling with, but it is something I am getting better at. I have started journaling consistently again and pulling an oracle card each day, which is something that is a very big part of my mental health and self-care routine, so I'm very proud of doing that. I drew a little bit and I did a craft, which again is big. That is a huge part of my mental health. The occupational therapist in the hospital put it as like my creativity and my spirituality is just as integral to me existing as like eating or sleeping, and that's something that has helped me understand what my self-care routine should look like more. Achievement, I was discharged from the hospital, which is very good. I was in hospital again for about 5 days over the weekend, but I got out, and that is great. I have started exercising for 5 minutes each day, which is really good. I was doing that consistently like a month ago, and when I was discharged from the hospital last time, that all sort of fell apart because there was so much to do in the hospital. So I am, making time in the morning, just 5 minutes each day to do that. They're very gentle exercises, but they make me feel like, I've started the day with at least that. I've started the day journaling, pulling an oracle card, and exercising for 5 minutes, and if I don't do anything else that day, at least I did that. I got to see one of my very, very best friends for the first time since I was dying, and I did not think that I would get to see that friend again in person ever, and I got to see him, and I don't have words for how wonderful that is. I'm just so grateful that I am alive, I guess. Doris is with me right now, so that is a very, very positive. Here she is. Hi, Dodo. Hello. That's always a positive. And my challenges, the ward in the hospital that I was in was very inaccessible, and that was a really challenging part of being there, but why I am also very grateful to be not there anymore. Another challenge is my family cat, Zoe, the one who I actually just uploaded a video of wearing that silly little elf hat. She passed away this week, and that was incredibly difficult. She was 20 years old. She lived like an amazing life. She, went out for a little tiny walk the day before she passed away, and she still looked so gorgeous and beautiful, but it was just time, and I am so grateful that I got to be with her when she passed away. Other difficulties, struggling with energy management and scheduling and budgeting. My energy, I think it's always something that I'm going to be working on, and it's always something that I am going to be fine-tuning because my body changes and my abilities change, and I am figuring that out, but I am figuring it out, which is the most important thing. And I think the final thing that I'm really struggling with is having really bad anxiety in the morning when I wake up. I sort of, like even if my eyes haven't opened yet, I'm just instantly like, ugh, like so panicky. And I think a lot of it is just the impending weight of the day and everything that I have to do. So I'm managing that in a few ways. One of them is focusing on my deep breathing, on listening to soundscapes or music or guided meditations, taking time to enjoy. If there is a sunrise out my window, I still wake up a little bit too early for there to be any light because of where I am in the world, but yeah, just taking a moment to be here now and not anticipating the rest of the day. Yeah, what was the other thing? Oh yes, I wanted to share some affirmations that I have written for myself since I have gotten out of the hospital. One of them is, mistakes are my teacher. I am not ashamed of learning. I like that one a lot, and it sort of just came to me as I was falling asleep the day after I was discharged from the hospital. Like, I don't know, I guess feeling ashamed that I had ended up in hospital again, but also acknowledging that I learned a lot from being there and I have gathered more resources and I am a stronger person than I was 5 days ago. And the next one is addressing my difficulty with feeling like I have not done enough in any given day, which is why I often overuse my energy and then crash. Whatever I get done in a day is what God decided needed to be done that day. If it is good enough for him, then it is good enough for me. So that's acknowledging that he has a plan for whatever I do in a day, and whatever I get done is what he wanted me to do, and I can rest. I can just rest. I can rest knowing that that was enough, but also rest has to be a part of that day, or I won't have another day. So I hope that you enjoyed this little check-in. I am hopefully going to do it next week, and I will share with you the adventures of my next week and hopefully the next and the next. And I also just wanted to thank you all very much for leaving such kind comments on all of the videos that I've been posting recently. It means so much to me and really cheers me up when I look at them. So I hope this was enjoyable, and I will see you next week. Mwah. Goodbye.